Oh, hello, everybody. And now it's Christmas time. And it's Blackie Humphrey time, too. You know, today I am reviewing the immortal classic, A Christmas Carol from Charles Dickens. Now, I saw this on opening night at the Center Theatre Group, the Ahmanson Theatre, in beautiful Los Angeles, California. And you know what was exciting? I've been jealous that all those people on Broadway have gotten to be there when Broadway first opened in September and October, and they were seeing all these shows. And I got to be at the first night show of anything back at the Ahmanson for the in 20 months. And I figured it out. I haven't been to the Ahmanson since I saw Sting in The Last Ship, and that was like February of 2020. And then there was a great pandemic that came in March. At least that's when everything started getting shut down here in beautiful Los Angeles, and elsewhere. And so it was February of 2020 that I saw The Last Ship. And then, so I haven't been back to the Ahmanson in over 20 months. So it's A Christmas Carol. This is the one that played on Broadway in 2019. That one had Campbell Scott in it. And, it just won 5 Tony Awards in September when the Tonys returned. And the design of this play is amazing. It's a play with music. It's not a musical, but it's not your traditional A Christmas Carol. It's a little different. And when it won at the Tony Awards, it won costume, lighting, scenic design, and sound design. And it also won for Best Score because all the shows that were nominated for Best Musical were like Tina Turner, Jukebox Musical, Moulin Rouge, Jukebox Musical, and Jagged Little Pill, Jukebox Musical. So they weren't eligible for score. So this one was able to. And I must say, this production is amazing. Here is the pages on the inside. This starred Mr. Bradley Whitford from The West Wing and Adventures in Babysitting and so many things. There he is as Ebenezer Scrooge. It had Kate Burton in it from Grey's Anatomy and Alex Newell from Glee and Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. And here's the rest of the cast. It had a really good ensemble. The look of it was very magical. There were all these lanterns, like the old-fashioned lanterns hanging, and the lighting was incredible whenever the ghost would come in. Spoiler alert, it's about an old Ebenezer Scrooge who just hates everything and is so mean to everybody, and he's a tyrant and an absolute dodo bird. That's from Tootsie. And he's visited by 3 spirits on Christmas Eve: the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas future. In high school, our class did, our drama department, I wasn't part of it, did a production of A Christmas Carol, and my friend Abigail, who you all know, played the ghost of Christmas future, and she was wearing like a hood and you couldn't see her at all, and she pointed. I thought it was chilling performance. But this time, I won't say too much because the first act is pretty traditional to what you see in A Christmas Carol. And then in the second act, it sort of gets a little wacky. It's sort of, oh no, Blackie, don't eat my, oh dear, whatever he's eating, it ain't good. I'm sure it's my, oh, it was my pillow. Thanks a lot, Blackie Humphrey. He's going to be visited by three spirits tonight, but I think he'll be okay. Look at this, how sad, everybody. But yes, anyway, it takes a little bit of a different turn in the second act, so I won't say too much. But it gets a little wacky, it's a little funny, and Ebenezer has so much energy, and Bradley Whitford was really great. And what was fun about this being the first night back, you could feel the energy. It's the opening night crowd there. There were all sorts of stars. I saw Chris Ashley, the director of Diana the musical, and Come From Away, and Memphis, and I saw Joan Van Ark. I went with my friend Rob. He was kind enough to take me as his +1 because he's a theater critic. And who else was there? Jesse Tyler Ferguson of Modern Family. All sorts of people were there. It was a who's who. And so the energy was there of opening night, the energy of the first night back at the Ahmanson in 20 months. They were like, welcome back to the theater. And everybody was like, yeah. It was almost like the audience was so excited that they weren't going to stop talking when the play was about to start. But of course they did. And so there was a lot of good energy. And then at the end of it, Bradley Whitford, who you all know, just played Stephen Sondheim in Tick, Tick, Boom. And he did a little thing at the end talking about Stephen Sondheim, who we lost last week, which I haven't done a video or anything about it because, I can't say anything that hasn't been said about Stephen Sondheim. I did a salute to him for his birthday last year on my show. You can scroll back and see that. And I'm thinking about doing a Stephen Sondheim wall of different posters of his shows. So we might talk about that. But right now, I have no comment except that we're devastated at the loss of Stephen Sondheim. And it's very, very sad. But I mean, my goodness, he lived to be 91, and what a legacy he's left. So Bradley Whitford, who just played him in Tick, Tick, Boom, as I said, did a little thing at the little curtain speech and said that they were doing a salute to him with the carol of bells. They would all play these bells, the whole cast, and there's like an orchestra there, the band off stage, and then sometimes they move on and they're doing some play, and there's carols and things in this A Christmas Carol. But they do these carol of the bells, and it was in tribute to Stephen Sondheim, and I just thought that was lovely. And so I had a good time, and I bought, of course, the poster. Sorry for the glare. Here are those beautiful lanterns I was telling you about that hang all over, and it's just gorgeous. And normally this would be a poster that I'm like, but I figured, well, it's Christmas. And of course, I had to buy the magnet, because my refrigerator always needs magnets. And they had this shirt that said, "Bah! Humbug!" And I really wanted it. But since the great pandemic, I've put on a little bit of weight. And even though I don't have to have a 2X t-shirt, I like to have one because it's a little roomier and it does shrink a little when you wash it. Well, they were out of 2X and I really wanted that Bah Humbug shirt. But it's okay because it was $30 and I need to save my pennies anyway. So I do have my beautiful poster, my window card, and my magnet. But I must say, Ahmanson or A Christmas Carol, whoever is in charge of selling the souvenirs and stuff, a lot of shows nowadays have these already pre-done into bags with the handle, plastic bags, and they didn't have the bag. So I had to go out on the street, and I took the subway downtown, and it was foggy, and this thing started curling up in the moisture almost. And then I'm going on the subway trying to keep the window cards safe because my window cards are pristine. They don't have dents in them. I don't do anything that would cause them harm. And when you're on a subway platform and here comes the train, you know, your little window card is going to go flying like a kite. So whoever's in charge of selling these souvenirs, you've got to have these already in the plastic bags stacked up. Maybe they're going to say there are plastic bag shortages because of the pandemic, but they had them at that show that I just saw. What was it? My Fair Lady. So if My Fair Lady could already have the poster in a bag, you know A Christmas Carol can afford it. They are Tony winners. Now, this is also playing right now in San Francisco. The same production, but with a different cast, of course, because we can't ask Bradley Whitford and everybody to be here and in San Francisco at the same time. It's just not possible. So if you can go see this this production of A Christmas Carol, I highly recommend it. You know, it's adapted by Jack Thorne. It's directed by Thomas Caruso. Composer, orchestrator, arranger Christopher Nightingale. Movement by Lizzie G. Lighting design by Hugh Van Stone. Sound design Simon Baker. Set and costumes by Rob Howell. And the production's originally conceived and directed by Matthew Warchus. So yes, bravo to A Christmas Carol. You've made an old classic fresh, and you won 5 Tonys, so good for you. So this will really get you into the holiday season, and I know it's Hanukkah right now, so what better time to see A Christmas Carol to celebrate Hanukkah? Yes, okay. Thank you, and please like, subscribe, love, and comment nice things down at the bottom. Thank you for watching. It's Christmas time.